We used to say 1,000 attaboys are wiped out with one aw shit moment. And it's really hard to regain trust. But with courage, you can cultivate trust day in and day out. So Bill McRaven, Commander McRaven, some of you heard that name. Remember his very famous speech at University of Texas, Austin? He was the SOCOM commander, 4-star admiral. Well, when I was at SEAL Team 3, he was my boss. And one day, he was up at a place called Morro Bay with SEAL Team 3 Charlie Platoon. Morro Bay is famous for channeling these huge waves into this narrow channel, and they can be like 50-foot boomers. And McRaven had a lot of courage. He was a big risk taker. He was on the rocket ship to the top. And that day, my teammate, Gene Peluso, Lieutenant Peluso, was running the small boat unit, and we had these rigid hull inflatable boats, which are like, maybe 40 feet long with these massive internal motors, and they would carry about 8 SEALs. And because the waves were booming, Gino was saying to McRaven, I don't think it's safe to go out there. We've never seen anything that big. And we trained up in Alaska, we came close, and McRaven says, do you think you can do it? And of course, what's the lieutenant gonna say to the commander? Sure. We could do this. And in his mind, he's saying, oh, shit. Really? And McRaven, to prove that he wasn't someone to have someone else take the risk, he was going to lead by example, he gets in the boat with them, and off they go. And the coxswain, right, there's a real art to this, right? So you got to time it perfectly. And they see the wave rolling in, and they're like, okay, now's the time. And the coxswain hesitated. And then he guns it. But it was just a second too late. So they're heading up and up and up this wave, and up and up and up, and they get to the top and they crest it and they go literally flying through the air and go bam, slam down. And everyone's all rattled and they're like, oh my God. And when they slammed down, the coxswain lost grip again, right? Because he was rattled. And so the engine, it didn't stall, but it went into neutral. And so he had to rev it again. Again, too late. It was up and up and up and up and up. And the second one goes boom. And the whole boat just goes zzz, boom, lands on its back, throwing all the operatives in the water. Everyone's tangled up, smashed heads, broken bones, including McRaven. Fortunately, the other boat had made it over and came to the rescue, and they're like diving, pulling people who are sinking to the bottom. They rescued everybody. Let's talk about trust. That would have been the end of most people's career, right? Like, he screwed up big time, but he owned it. The first thing he did was he owned it. See, the SEALs learned that trust comes from small acts of extreme accountability. My friend Jocko Willink calls it extreme ownership. Small acts of extreme accountability. You own everything. If the team screws up, own it. So McRaven owned it. There's a big investigation, and he said, this was my fault. This is my fault. And here's what I'll do different.